There's a small forgotten town in northern Pennsylvania. Locals call it Hollow Creek. At the very edge of that town stands an old, abandoned house. Black windows, cracked walls, and a front door that never seems to close completely. No one lives there. But every night, at 3 a.m., someone, or something, whispers your name. The Dare Ethan, a YouTuber who runs a paranormal exploration channel, wanted something big for Halloween. His last few videos didn't do well, so he thought, if I spend a night in the most haunted house of Hollow Creek, I'll go viral. His two friends, Jake and Mia, reluctantly agreed to join. They packed cameras, flashlights, and EMF detectors, the usual ghost hunting stuff. At 11:47 p.m., they arrived. The moon was hidden behind thick clouds, and the wind carried a low, haunting whistle. Jake joked, "Bro, if a ghost pops out, you're dealing with it." "I'm out," Ethan laughed. "Relax. If there's really a ghost here, I'll interview it." They pushed open the door, and the sound it made was like a scream echoing through the dark. The air inside was cold, colder than outside. Dust floated in the air like ashes. The wallpaper was peeling off, and every step on the floor echoed for seconds. Mia turned on her camera and whispered, "Guys, it's freezing in here. My breath's visible." As they explored, the EMF meter flickered, faintly at first, then stronger near the staircase. Suddenly, from upstairs came a whisper. So faint, you'd think it was your imagination. Greater than Ethan. Ethan froze. "Did you hear that?" he asked. Jake replied nervously, "Man, don't mess with me." That was not funny, but Ethan swore. He hadn't said anything. The first encounter. By 2:58 a.m., the house was completely silent. No crickets, no wind, just the ticking sound of Ethan's wristwatch. He looked at the camera and said, "All right, guys, it's almost 3 a.m., the time when this house supposedly calls your name." Then it began. The lights on the camera started flickering. The temperature dropped instantly. And then, a voice, right behind Ethan. Greater than Ethan. "Why did you come back?" He spun around, but there was no one there. Mia gasped. Her camera caught something, a shadow on the wall. Not human. Its head was tilted, its limbs too long, and its eyes glowed red in the dark. The interview that never happened. Ethan stepped forward. "Who are you?" "What do you want?" he asked, trying to sound brave. The voice whispered again, slower this time. "Greater than you said you'd..." "Interview me," Jake screamed. "Let's get out of here." But the door behind them slammed shut, on its own. The sound was so loud that dust fell from the ceiling. Their flashlights went out. In the pitch-black darkness, something moved, crawling. You could hear its nails scratching the wooden floor. Mia whispered, "It's coming closer." And then, in the dim light of the camera, they saw her. An old woman floating above the ground, in a torn white gown, her face gray and half-burned, her eyes sunken but glowing. She spoke again. "You brought the camera, just like last time." Ethan's face went pale. "What do you mean, last time?" Scene 5, The Secret. The ghost pointed toward a burnt picture frame lying on the floor. Ethan picked it up and froze. It was a photo of a family, and standing in the middle of it was a younger version of himself. Mia shouted, "That's impossible!" "Ethan, what is this?" Ethan whispered, trembling. "Greater than I grew up here. My family died in this house, in a fire when I was 7. But I don't remember..." The old woman's voice cracked, almost like she was crying. "You promised you'd come back for me?" Her face melted into the shadows, and her scream filled the entire house. The cameras went static. Next morning, police found only one camera outside the house, still recording. The footage showed Ethan running toward the door, but just before escaping, a hand pulled him back inside. Jake and Mia were found unconscious near the gate, unable to speak for days. Ethan was never found. Locals say if you pass that house at 3 a.m., you can still hear his voice whispering from the window. "Don't come inside. She's waiting."